So we're only 2 years into the current generation and already talking about next generation. That kind of blows my mind. But at the same time, I'm not really all that surprised because everybody's always thinking forward. And this isn't the first time even that we've kind of thought about, hey, what's coming up? What's going to come out? How fast is this stuff going to come out? I mean, I think the fact, especially if you're an Xbox fan like me, that we've waited so long and now people are already like, well, next generation, here's a next generation game coming or whatever. I think it really kind of goes to show you exactly sort of what's right and what's wrong with this generation. I think due to the fact that we're no longer seeing teams that are going to be able to crunch, I think that that's really one of the things that's causing this, but also like development time has really increased due to that, among many other factors. A lot of these companies had to work remotely. Some still are going to work remotely. So the games continue to get larger and larger as well. But this was a very interesting topic and a very interesting story that I wanted to get into because, you know what, hey, it's fun to talk about video games, and it's one of the reasons that this channel even exists. So let's go ahead and get this started, huh? It should be a fun one. What's up, everybody? Crap Gamer here with Crap Gamer Reviews, back with yet another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I certainly appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm looking to get 100 likes on each of the videos that I am, that's my goal, 100 likes on each of the videos. So, yeah. With that being said, hopefully you guys are all having a great year and your great kickoff to the new year. That really, really means a lot to me that you guys are coming around to check out some of my videos and whatnot. Like I said, it's a crazy time. I'm going to continue to do some videos. I love doing these videos. It's fun. And hopefully you get a little something out of them. Even if it's just a little entertainment, or even if you want to laugh at me, whatever. It's all good because, hey, it's all fun and games, like I said earlier. So thank you guys very much for rocking out with me. Now, this comes by way of Jason Schreier, which to me seems very, very interesting because, Jason Schreier isn't someone who I take lightly when it comes to reporting on stuff like this. Now, he mentions PS5 as well, which is fine. I think that it's really, kind of funny to me, but so it really makes you think. He claims that brand new major project started today would be next generation. So, yeah, crazy to think about that. Here we are 2 years into the generation, and anything started big AAA wise would be next generation, right? So no, that's crazy to think about. Imagine your favorite company or whatever, your favorite, coming out and starting a new game, creating a new game, and it wouldn't even be ready this generation. That is absolutely insane and makes me feel absolutely old. Because, as I get older and older, it's not as, you kind of look at it that way. And it's just crazy. So one insider now has claimed that major game releases beginning their projects today will likely target PlayStation 6 or the next Xbox because of how long development cycles have gotten. It's no secret that development hell is something that plagues developers, with the time between announcements to release lasting years longer than expected. But if true, then the standard development cycle for big budget releases could last as long as those known for their long development times. With the latest generation of the PlayStation 5 and the Series systems being less than 3 years old, actually they're just 2 years old, it may come as a surprise that projects beginning today would potentially be targeting next generation already, but the cycles for big budget releases have been significantly expanding. Rockstar Games is a perfect example of this, as the time between now and his last game, Red Dead Redemption 2, marks over 4 years, with no official announcement for GTA 6 despite alpha footage of that game leaking. Now, this news came via a tweet from Jason Schreier, commenting that brand new projects from big budget studios would likely aim for the next generation of PlayStation, and this makes more sense with this context in mind. Console life cycles typically range from 5 to 7 years, so keeping Rockstar as an example, if it launches Grand Theft Auto 6 within the next couple of years, that would be in the middle of the current console life cycle, and based on the company's track record for the past decade, the next planned game would come out during the next generation of consoles. This is what Schreier had to say. Fun fact, Video game production cycles have gotten so long that if big budget game studios started working on a brand new project today, it would likely be for next generation like PlayStation 6 or Xbox Series X. One thing to note about Schreier's speculation is the ability to access current systems, particularly the PS5. Even now, the difficulty of getting a PlayStation 5 is just starting to potentially ease, with major releases like Resident Evil 4 Remake and Street Fighter 6 being cross-gen games to reach as many players as possible. So if developments start targeting the next generation now, it could mean this generation will only have a few years to be the primary target, or that development length has ballooned to an unprecedented degree, while the current generation is given a longer cycle to become more widely adopted. Now, this is something I've talked about in previous videos as well, and why I like the Xbox 360 era so much, because like I said, even if you're counting the PS3, we got, what, 3 Uncharted games, 3 Resistance games, I don't know how many Ratchet and Clank games, but it's like, they knew the hardware, it was easy to get this stuff out, but the cost and the size and the scope of these games has gotten ludicrously big, and so it's crazy to think that something starting right now, like let's just imagine Microsoft and this deal for Activision goes through, and let's say they do start on a new IP, and it's going to be exclusive or what have you, it wouldn't even be out this generation. Crazy to think that. Now, progress for the current generation has been sluggish, as most new releases can be played on systems close to a decade old, and manufacturers have to decide if they have to extend this generation's lifespan, which runs the risk of staggering game development and innovation. Now, leaving living room for consumers to pick up and play their systems, the PS6 is speculated to release in 2028, same with the next Xbox, according to redacted documents, which potentially leaves less than 6 years for current consoles to become the most widely adopted ones. But if teams are already considering it, that many studios could be gearing up to release 1 or 2 games every decade. I still think, it is kind of crazy to think that, right? Because you look at something like, you look at something that kind of happened with this generation or whatever, and like, when did Last of Us 2 come out? 2020. We're already in 2023. Are we, close to getting a new game for them? I mean, we're seeing, I know they're doing the multiplayer thing, but again, it's just, to me, it just sounds like, they're not going to get as many games out as they used to, and I'm not counting a remake or whatever that thing was, but, yeah, so they're already 3 years in, and they don't even, I don't think their multiplayer game is going to release this year. I think it's going to release, maybe next year, but at the same point, it's like, kind of crazy to believe that, so much of this is kind of changing the way that they develop it. Now it's like, we might get one Mass Effect game this generation, when we got 3 of them, and a boatload of DLC in the 360 generation, and only 1 of them last generation as well. So yeah, things are going a little bit crazy right now with the development times and the cycles and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy to think about, but I'd love your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. What do you guys hope to see? Do you guys think they should shorten up the development time? Let me know below. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crap Gamer out.